Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can display interstitial ad multiple times in Godot game engine using for Android using the Android plugin. So let's get started. Now first things first, I'll show you guys the output. Now I have recorded the output. I could have shown you the live output as well, but the reason I'm not showing it to you because there is one error which pops up every now and then, and it's very annoying. So I'll tell you about that error later on. Again, the error is not from my code, it is from Google side, because in this particular application we will be using the test Google IDs. But if you want if you already have production Google AdMob IDs, then you can use that as well. But in this use case I'm just using those test IDs. So first what I have done is that let me just quickly show you the output first, just so that you can see what I'm trying to do. So here you can see we have this button inside our Godot game engine. So again, this is my Android app, so I'll just click on this button, and here you can see it has displayed this test test ad to me. Okay, now I will just dismiss this particular ad. Now don't immediately press the button to show the next interstitial ad. It does take a bit of like 10 to 15 seconds for the next interstitial ad to boot up. So don't try to click it immediately, otherwise you will get an error. So I'm just waiting for a couple of seconds, like 10 to 15 seconds, and after 10 to 15 seconds I can click on again, and here you can see I'm able to see the test ad. Again, I have dismissed the ad, so I'm again now clicking on this button, and hopefully we should be able to see the third ad as well. So here you can see it is showing the same ad. So yeah, that's what you can do again and again. Now let me talk about the error which I was facing, because it's very highly you will face this issue as well if you are like me using the Google test ads. If you are like for development purpose, it is highly recommended to use the Google test ads. Do not use the production ads. Okay, so again, for that also I have recorded this video. So here you can see this is the same app. So I'll just click on this button. Okay, and it will show me the here you can see it has shown me the ad. Sorry, then I'll dismiss this ad. Now here you can see when I try to press the button again, I'm getting this no fill error. Now it is very likely as soon as you open the application you might get this no fill error as well. So if you like, even I got confused what is this no fill error, because previously when I had made tutorials on Google AdMob I never encountered this issue. So no fill is basically there means that there are no more ads from Google's server side to serve it to the user. Okay, so don't get confused, like this is not a bug with our application, and you will face this a lot. Like I had to wait for 1 to 2 days, maybe you'll have to wait for a couple of hours. So it's up to you. After a couple of hours keep testing it again. If you are getting this no fill error, nothing to worry about. It is a issue from Google server side because they have finished serving up the ads for that particular amount of time. Again, this is because we are using a test ad. This will not happen for production ads. Okay, so yeah, now based on this particular documentation of Godot Android plugin, I have created this cheat sheet. So instead of following this documentation, I'll just follow this cheat sheet. At the time of recording this video, I'm using Godot 4.5, which is the latest at the time of me recording. And also you can go to this particular documentation. We'll just go to the get started guide. Okay, so first you just have to open Android Studio, and you just need to create an Android project. So to create an Android project, you just have to go to file, new, click on new project, and here you can just select empty views activity, click on next, give it some project name, give it some package name, save it to wherever you feel like. I have set the minimum SDK as 26. Whatever minimum SDK you use over here, you will have to set the same version on Godot side as well. And language I have kept it as Kotlin. Build configuration is Kotlin DSL, and then click on finish. Once you click on finish, it does take a bit of time for Gradle syncing to take place, so be patient. Once Gradle syncing is done, you should see this app folder and this Gradle scripts. Now we need to create this my library. So to create my library, you just have to right click on your app folder, click on new, click on module, click on Android library, and here you can just name it as my library or whatever name you feel like. Again, language is Kotlin, minimum SDK 26, build configuration language is Kotlin DSL, and then you can just click on finish. Like I said, it is I have this my library, but you just click on finish, and again it will take a little bit of time to do Gradle syncing. So just wait for a few seconds for the Gradle syncing to finish. Once Gradle syncing is done, you need to open this Gradle scripts and you need to go to this build.gradle.kts of your library, okay, the third one. Then you just need to scroll down, and here inside dependencies, firstly you need to add whatever Godot version you are using. So I'm using Godot 4.5.0, so that's the dependency version which I'm using. If you are using some higher version, Godot 4.6.0, like still it has not released, but in future once it releases you will have to update this version as well. And here I'm using this Google Android GMS Play Services ads. At the time of me recording, again the latest is 24.7.0. if you want to find the latest, you can just come to this documentation over here, and here you will see the latest. Sometimes they don't update the documentation regularly for minor versions, so yeah, but mostly here from here you will get the latest version. Then here you will see a sync now button. Just click on that sync now button and it will download the Android dependencies for you. Then you need to go to my library, go to Kotlin plus Java, and here you need to create a Kotlin file. So just right click, new Kotlin class file, and name it as Godot Android plugin. I have already created this file, so as you can see over here. So firstly you need to add all these imports which are there, okay. Then here we are have this Godot plugin. I have given the name as my plugin. Now this name can be anything, but whatever name you give, do remember this name, because this name will be used in lot other places as well. Then here we have created one interstitial add variable. Then inside on Godot setup completed, we immediately make use of this coroutine. So this is kind of like a background thread, and we initialize the Google Mobile Ads SDK, and we just call load add over here, okay. So if you want to see the doc, here you can see that's what they have done over here, okay. And if you want to see this load add function, this is present inside over here, inside this interstitial documentation over here, okay. So here I immediately call load add, so that our ad has been immediately loads as soon as our app boot up. And then here this is the method which is annotated by @ used by Godot. So this method is called from the button click. So if our ad is ready, then we just immediately show the ad. In case if it is not, we call load ad. Now I don't think this is necessary, but I have just kept it for safety purpose, because once the ad has been dismissed, I will show you where exactly I am calling the load ad method, okay. So here is our load ad, okay. So here we just do interstitial.load activity. Now this is a test ID. I just got it from the documentation over here. If you scroll down here, you can see they have given the test ID, and this is the code which I am using, okay. So nothing out of the box. So here once the ad has been loaded, then here you can set up callbacks as well. So here you can see I have set up callbacks. So once the ad is dismissed, I'm sending back it to the Godot side, so I'm emitting the signal. And once I'm making the original ad as null, and then again we are calling load ad. So given that we are already calling load ad over here, I don't think it is necessary to call load ad over here, but I have still kept it in case the load ad over here fails. Then maybe on button click it will get initialized, because things can go wrong. That's why I've kept it. Then this is another callback for on ad failed to show. Here is on ad show full screen content. Here is on ad impression and on ad clicked. Then here we have on ad failed to load again. Then here we have registered this signal called add signal. So this is helpful for sending data from native Android side to Godot side. Like I was telling you about the no fill error, if you want to learn more about it, you can just go to the Stack Overflow post as well, okay. Then you need to go to manifest, Android manifest.xml, and here you need to first add the internet permission. Then you need to add the application tag. Inside the application tag, again this I have copied it from the Godot documentation. So here you will have to be extremely careful. So firstly this should be your plugin name. So here as you can see, this is my plugin name, right? So the same thing I have written over here, and this is my package name. So if you want, you can just scroll down, and whatever you see over here, just copy it, .Godot Android plugin, or whatever file name you have given. So that's what we are writing it over here. Then this metadata I have again copied it from the Godot Google AdMob documentation. So if you just go to the get started guide, scroll down, here you can see they have given this particular part. Again I have replaced this sample ID with this particular thing, okay. So this is the sample ID which I'm using. All right. Then once that is done, you need to go to the project drop down over here, and then you need to again open your my library. you need to create a folder called export script underscore scripts underscore template. As you can see, I've already created it. To create it, just right click new, and you have to select directory and name it as export underscore scripts underscore template. Then inside over here, just right click again, new, and create a file called export underscore plugin.gd and create a new file called plugin.cfg. Now inside plugin.cfg, again I have copy pasted this code from the docs. Only thing is, here you need to write your own plugin name. And inside export underscore plugin.gd, again I have copied it from docs. I'll simply scroll down. Again here you can see this is your plugin name, and here we call get Android dependency. So here we just set Google Android GMS play services ads. That's all there is to it. And same thing over here as well, because this is the dependency, which extra dependency which we have added inside build.gradle. Once that is done, what you need to do is, I'll just open a new tab. Okay, so you need to cd to your Android project. So let me just go to my Android project. So here is my Android project. Okay, so I'll just cd to my Android project over here, and then you need to run this particular command. Again, I'm just going to my cheat sheet because I don't remember the command. So this is the command ./gradle assemble. So just copy this command and paste it over here and run it. Now let it run, because this will take a bit of time. In the meantime, what you can do is just create a Godot game project. Okay, I have created a Godot game project inside using Godot game engine. Then I have just ignore this add-ons folder for now. Just create a node 2D scene. So here you can see I have created a node 2D scene, and I have taken one button and label to display whatever signals we are getting or errors we are getting from native Android side. Then I have attached one script to this as well. Now inside this particular script, firstly here you can see we are just, again this should be your plugin name. Then inside the onReady function, we just initialize our plugin, and here we connect the signals as well. Then here we attach the on button pressed method as well. So here is our button, right? I go to the node and I double click on this pressed signal, and here you can see the method has been added. So inside button press, we just call the show add method, which we had defined it on native Android side. And this is the method for getting the signal data, right? So once we get the data, we just update the text of our label. That's all we are doing. Then you need to go to project, click on install Android build template. Now if you are doing this for the very first time, you will have to download the template and then click on the install button. I have already installed it. So once you install it, you should see this Android folder over here. Okay, then you need to go to project, click on export, click on add Android. I have already added it. So at the bottom above the export project button, you will see a red color text, and it will have some kind of an hyperlink. Now the hyperlink varies, the hyperlink button varies depending on what version of Godot you are using. So before Godot 4.5, you just have to click on that fix import button, something like that, and it disappears. But in Godot 4.5.0, you have to click on that button. It will navigate to some kind of a checkbox. Just check that particular checkbox. Okay, then here you have to check this use Gradle build, and here inside minimum SDK, make sure you use the same SDK version minimum whatever you have set while creating the Android project. And here I don't know what architecture my Android device is running, so I have just selected all 4 of this. Then just close it. Then you need to, I'll just create one more window of our file explorer because I want to show you a few things. So here is my Godot project, right? Now inside that you need to create a few folders. Now if you want, you can create it from Godot game engine as well. I am more comfortable showing it from file explorer. So here is my Godot project. Inside that, create a folder called add-ons. Then create a folder with your plugin name. Then you need to create a folder called bin, and also go to your Android project and go to my library, go to export scripts template, and here you just copy this 2 file and paste it over here. Now this, ignore this .uid file that was automatically created by Godot game engine for indexing purposes, so ignore that. Then inside the bin folder, you need to create 2 folders, debug and release. Now make sure, go to your terminal, and here you can see the build was successful. So what you need to do is go to build, outputs, AAR, and here you need to copy the debug AR file to the debug folder, release AR file to the release folder. So I have already copied it, but you will have to rename it. So in the renaming case, you need to rename it as whatever is your plugin name -debug.ar, and inside release whatever is your plugin name -release.ar. Alright, then you need to go to project settings, go to plugins and check this checkbox. In case if you are not able to check this checkbox, most likely you have messed up the indentation for this particular file. So come to this file of export plugin.gd and fix the indentation. Okay, then we just go to project settings, plugins, and make sure this checkbox, and then you can just plug in your Android device and run it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.